toe replacements back, turn down, not too bad, but this foot's got to be able to still take that step forward. Now, we'll look at your driving angle. Where are you going? Straight line, so there's no reason you got to turn out and drive this way. Alright? We're doing a turn pound, right? You're ready to drop. Right? So you want to turn that ball down. And here's why. Because right now, we've had the ball in our hands for a long time. Right? Now that's going to be something we're going to do, but we're going to be a little bit quicker out of this move. My feet are coming back, and I just pound the ball straight down in that turn.
Oh, okay.
Right? So now watch Isaac, he had it. So drop through and back. See what I mean about quickness? So you punch it down, your feet are coming back. As they approach, you just hit it right down with that foot. And now you're already in a position to attack. So what we want to do is focus on toe replacements back, and then take that half step, turn, pound, and be explosive out of that.
All right.
Okay? Ready? Let's put it again. Okay, now, here's what we're going to look for. Every single time we do our drop. I don't want you to start in the back side though, because now you're not really keeping space, you're stepping forward. But that's okay. I'd rather have you be right there. But watch, so he's in his drop, but I think you're still committed to this move, right? Make sure you're in a drop where you can drop. Okay, so he steps in, now he toe replacements back. Once again, not here, get it to here. We don't want to be back in this space. We want to control those dots. And we attack. Now what I want you to focus on is that foot slide. Make sure that it stays glued down. It actually never went forward, did it? So once again, you're doing the through, but you're not committing to an actual drop move. Okay? Now if I go over to pace, that was a pretty solid drop both times. Okay, so drop, I want you to, you're there, okay? You're taking a look at your feet, which is fine. I want your shoulders to be forward. Say to lean back. Let your shoulders be in this position. But now she does her move, and then her toe replaces back. Oh, that was a mess up. Watch this though. Right back into that drop. Now we're still ending ourselves way back here. We want to control those dots in that space. But here, you're in the pocket, pretty decent drop position. So what you want to focus on is actually feeling like you have all of our options. Drop, shoot, cross, okay? And if you're not getting to those positions, once again, I don't think you're driving out of this. It's not believable. Now you hit the spots, but I don't think you're attacking. So bend your knees, drop your hips, shoulders down, and then all you got to do is stay in your pocket, not let it lift up right now. It's right in there, and you're all set to go again. Okay, let's go the other direction. Make sure. So shift is that drop. All right, actually lock in that position. Yeah, keep that safe. You're still keeping space. All right, so he does his drop, and he's pretty much a little bit back. All right, now you're stepping into that move. Okay, ball goes through, small steps back. All right, now you got to hit those again. That's pretty good. All right, and then you step in. That's the position that we want to be able to stay in. So what we're doing is being able to make sure that you can control and know your space before you go. All right, so we still got to do a better job of getting to those spots and not coming too far back. All right, small steps back. Now, when you get really good at this, you're going to have to take more than just that one step. Right? Just keep 1, 2 steps back and then be able to get into your drop. Because you only took one right there. All right, drop, still reaching pretty far back here. Step into that. Small steps back, so you only did one also. But great job hitting our spots before we go. Now we just got to do a better job of not letting our feet slide so much. So that foot's got to be able to stay, and then we go. All right? So when you guys can really start focusing on those details, your feet stick, all right, on your moves. So you're not letting your top foot slide back as you try to push, and then just know how to take those small, subtle steps back, and then rest it. You don't have to rush out. Drop it, slide out. Alright, so I'm trying to stay right here in the middle. Only going through my legs once I get started. So once I get through, I have small steps back, and notice the ball stays in my pocket, and then I can also right in those spots. Steps, then we're working on quick change of directions. Okay? So, pop this down a little bit further. Alright, so what we're going to do is start at the top, slide over, and then as soon as we drive, we're going to. Alright, so I start my drive, I'm going to turn around that step, have my initiative stop. I'm going to do a toe replacement back before I can dribble again. And now as I do another turn around half step, I have quick changes of direction. Alright? So, the purpose right now is that we can control this little area of the floor. Alright? So, a lot of dribbles aren't a problem as long as we're in control of our space. But if we're drifting way over there, now we're probably doing ourselves in trouble. Okay? So, I want your feet to do the work to keep your space and do it comfortably. So, once again, you get here, turn around half, replace it. Okay? So, once you start your drive, toe replacement, no dribbles in this space. So we can get ready to attack. That make sense? Okay, so we're just doing a lot of footwork tests. One, keep this quick. Alright? So slide cover. Okay? So if you're really good at it, you might be able to get away with the drive. However, doing all the way from here, see, that's hard. Okay? So what I want you to focus on is you can get your body to turn it down. So get all the way outside where you want to be, and then you can turn pound half step slide, plenty of space to attack. If I jump in, get outside that. Alright? So but I don't want you to rush it down where I'm dribbling along slowly back. You should get your feet to where you want them, and then the dribble is taking you forward. Okay? That's what the toe replacements are doing for us. They're taking us away from our spot, they're keeping us in a position to attack. Alright, so if I was on my attack, I get all the way there, okay? Turn around as I take the half step forward, not as I'm still moving backwards. Keep it in strong position, keep it in strong position. There you go, almost. Okay. Toe replacement's back. Alright? Not bad now. What happened? You can be a little shorter still, and you're bringing it right to your pocket. Okay? So, we've talked a lot about the pocket. However, on a toe replacement, what am I trying to keep the ball before the pocket? More of a float position, so I can pick the ball up. So, here's the thing. If I go to my pocket, I've committed to something. If I go to a float, I can still pull it in my pocket, because the ball will just keep its natural movement. So we want to be able to toe replace here, and then, but we're not going to be pocketing this ball, we're going to be turning. Okay? So when you pocket, you run out of time, and now you have to rush your feet. But what really happened? Pocket. No, what really happened? What move are we doing to get out of here? In turn. A turn pound with what kind of footwork? Stand still. Half step. That's not a half step. So now you have no space to get your dribble step in. Right? So a half step would have put you here. Now you have a lot of room for this foot to make your dribble step where you actually can have a good change of direction. You had to do an inverted skip because you didn't do a half step. And an inverted skip would be hard out of that because where would your defense have been? They're here still. But if I would have taken a half step, full step, they would have had to try to beat me to the spots. Right? Attack out, or replacements. Not bad, you had a turn, but because you never got your chest to the sideline, you never got your half step, and now you can do this really long, or you just kind of hop over to try to get your angle, right? And now you didn't even get your dribble step in either, because you did more of an inverted skip into a split. All right? So here's what you guys have to do. Feet got to come all the way back, and then this foot has to be at the step here, so you can have a full dribble step to that cone. You with me on that? Mm-hmm. So if you guys can get comfortable keeping the ball here, you have a lot of time. If you pull it to your pocket, you're out of time. All right? Make sense? Mm-hmm. Keep going. Oh, someone's got it! But if I think about how often this is going to work, there's no rather than less. Okay? So if I was able to turn this down and drop it down and really hold it up my ability, and one step, this step, and that step, that's the ball.
Try to limit your options. As an offense player, you never want to limit your options. So, when you're working on that move, do it this way. Also, do it that way. So now you can have two options.
It's really simple. The difference between training fake and training real has to do with that one word, right? So, think about it. A half step. What are my options? Once I go here, I'm in my drop stance. I can drop. I can shoot. I can come back. Right? So I got a lot of options off that footwork. So a lot of times when people just look at going from cone to cone, they're doing it, but they don't really have any true options in it. Right? So first you gotta look at this. Now I'm in my position to drive. Once again, if I don't get this, alright, then I'm going to minimize my options also. So now once I have this triple step, now what are my options? We pause it one more time. I'm obviously in a drive position. I can get right into my speed stop, so I can be here. What? I can still grab that. I can still skip to split. I can still skip to drop. All of those go away if all I have is the ball floating there, right? So maybe I can still do the step back. Still got some options, but I'm not going to have the same ones. So like that's what you guys got to picture when you're working on things, is not just doing the motions, but actually understanding if you're keeping your options, okay? So what I want you to just focus on is not how fast you're doing it all the time. Because you're doing things fast, but your feet have no options. All right, so what you're doing as an offensive player is you're guessing. I don't want to guess. The defense does that. All right, so you've got to be able to get your feet back and then control your options. Now you're still going to go hard. That doesn't mean it's got to be 110 miles an hour. I want you to feel your feet more. But that's why this is so important, guys. Why dribble steps matter is because they're the difference between doing something real and doing something right. And real is better. Doing something right is just going to come. Doing something real is having all the dribble timing. Half step, dribble steps, and everything is together and synced up. Okay? So, was he very articulate? Not really. That's normal great players. But there's one thing that he knows, options, options, options. I just want options. Right? So that's what we're trying to keep. Does that make sense? Okay, so do it a couple more times. I want you to feel all the timing. Half steps.